Today we have with us my Wen. I'm so thrilled to have her on here. She is just a chef superstar. She's a mom. She's just amazing. If you haven't seen her Instagram page, you have got to see it. She's an artist. She has these gorgeous photos and incredible recipes, and I just love your
Thank you.
work, Mai. So I'll let you share with the listeners a little bit more about you. But she's the founder of myhealthydish.com, as we mentioned, and she really provides an amazing resource of free healthy recipes and just has helped so many people. So thank you, Mai, for being here today, and I'll let you say more about how you started your.
I would love to share my story. So
Okay.
I'm in a hotel right now because last night I was at We Fitness LA, sharing my story once again with a great audience. Um, so how my healthy dish started was about 3.5 years ago. I had a garage sale selling baby clothes because I have twin baby girls. They're six now,
So cute.
but so we sold all their baby clothes and we had some extra cash and we changed in our Razor flip phones to like actual, smartphones, iPhones. And the first thing I downloaded was, Angry Birds and like Instagram. And like I instantly was just so hooked with Instagram. And I just started posting pictures of my girls and my food. And people really just loved the food. I mean, they loved they didn't like the pictures of the girls as much as the food. So it like told me something that I had something. I didn't know what. And it came at the perfect time because we were living with my parents a few years ago. We lost our home, we lost our
Oh,
jobs, and I then I got pregnant with twins, and I had to like move in with my parents when I was pregnant, and it was a really tough time trying to figure out like what to do next. And we I was really determined to stay at home. Like that was my goal was, twin girls, they're babies. I'm gonna stick to it for at least a year because I was nursing both of them.
wow.
And well, 1 year turned into three.
Oh,
And my husband's like, look, we're still living with your parents. We're living check to check. We're actually in a lot of debt still. I mean, twins are very expensive. And he was really pushing me to go back to work. And I was really depressed about it for a long time because I was so sad about leaving my babies and going back to work. And I had an epiphany like one night. I just like woke up and like, what if I started food vlogging and like really took that Instagram that people were so interested in my food and really took it seriously and see where it got me. And the whole idea was if I could make $1,500 a month, that would cover pretty much like the same thing as going to work full time and paying for daycare for twins.
yeah,
So,
right.
and that was my mentality. If I could make an extra $1,500 a month somehow food blogging, then that would be worth it. So I put all my extra effort into really creating like really good content, recipes, and photos. I borrowed $1,500 from my mom and bought a MacBook, the one we're talking on today.
Oh, wow.
And uh, I spent it was like a full-time job creating content for a year, like just posting recipes. But within 3 months, my followers from 300 followers grew to 30,000 followers on Instagram.
Wow.
And I still, like I said, I did not know what blogging was, but I knew like I had something on social media. Um, at 30,000, we launched myhealthydish.com, and I started putting all my recipes there so everyone could go there. Um, Within 6 months, we grew to 100,000 followers, and within 2 years, it grew to 1 million followers. So
Wow.
it was like amazing to watch and almost surreal to see. But the food was really what made everyone keep on coming back for more. And I was able to move out of my parents' house, pay off all of our debts, buy our home. We just moved into our new home 4 months
Oh,
ago.
congratulations.
Thank you, and and a cookbook coming out very soon,
Right.
and all because of healthy food and showing how I, feed my family healthy food.
That's so great. Yeah, I
Yeah.
bet your girls love it. They must just love what are some of their favorite recipes that you make?
Okay, so I have twins, and it's so crazy, but one is very picky. Like, I don't understand why she only eats a certain amount of food and it has to be a certain amount of way. And the other one will literally eat whatever I put in front of her. And I think a lot of parents today are struggling with those picky eaters too.
Mm.
And how I cope with Shayna, the picky eater, is to make foods that she loves in a healthy version. So, like spaghetti, instead of like the white pasta, I use brown rice pasta.
Okay.
And then you could even meld like flaxseed and put it in the sauce. They wouldn't even taste the difference. And like homemade sauces like tomato, onions, garlic, and basil. I mean, it's just very simple ingredients, and they love a little olive oil. Love it. Smoothies are very easy to get like nutrients in her. But like, I mean, she loves chicken nuggets. She loves French fries, pizza, all the stuff that kids love today.
All right.
So I still haven't perfected like a pizza recipe that she likes, but I have perfected like a cauliflower chicken nugget that she'll eat.
Oh, wow.
So I'll blend like chicken nuggets, or chicken with cauliflower, and I'll bread it with panko, and we'll actually bake it instead of fry it, and you just brush it with avocado oil. So it's just a technique. It takes a little bit more time, but if you make it in bulk and freeze it, then you're set for a week and you just pop it in the toaster oven. So that's her. And Kira, I literally could make her like a lobster souffle, blah, and she'll eat it. I don't know. She can eat anything, which is, I think, amazing.
Wow, okay. So, yeah, it's amazing that you can have two children, no less twins, and they can be totally different with their palates. So,
Yeah, raised the same. I mean, they were nursed, they ate the same thing as babies, but they grow up and choose different things. So it's not parents' faults per se, but we can't like give in
right.
to that because it's a battle every day. You constantly have to try instead of giving up. Here's the bag of potato chips. Here's the French fries. Okay, you want chicken nuggets? Let's go to McDonald's. And yes, those are treats. Those are treats. Those are not staples. And I don't want her to think that that's a staple.
Yeah, so yeah, kind of space it out and give them the homemade food and do they help you to cook too?
Oh yeah, so we film YouTube videos and
Right.
they think they're superstars, They think they're famous. Uh, but they love to cook in the kitchen with me, like just day to day. And like Kira, we always joke around. She thinks, "Mom, did you put your my secret ingredient?" I'm like, "Well, her secret ingredient is salt and pepper, because that's
Oh.
like her thing. She's in charge of the salt and pepper. But whatever that they could do, you should let them do." And I think I saw the Jamie Oliver.
Yeah.
He's doing the food revolution with the kids, and
That's
I think
right.
he's amazing. One of his documentaries that he did about like kids in the cafeteria, when he was really sad about kids having plastic forks
Oh.
and like not real utensils. I'm like, you really have to be able to trust your kids to work with a real, not like a sharp knife, but like a knife and fork and cut their own food and give them that independence. So my kids do cut and chop vegetables and they wash it. We take them to the store, they pick it out, and they watch YouTube videos and cooking and they want to make it, and we'll go to the store and buy it. And they make it. They even have their own little small cast iron pan for the mini. So
So
like
cute.
the more you make it fun, the more involved they are, the more they're likely to eat their own food because they're so proud that they made it.
Right.
If you eat it and you're amazed, and I mean, it's just a whole experience of making it fun and not um, what is it? It's like when people force their kids to eat
Oh,
something.
yeah, kind of like a drudgery almost, or like an
Yeah,
obligation to.
yeah. So I don't force it.
Good for you. Wow. So, what are some of their favorite after school healthy snacks?
Uh, so right now we're on this. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. We're on this whole cheese plate kick where I'll make a big platter, not platter, but like the charcuterie. How do you pronounce that word? Charcuterie. I don't know.
Boy, I'm not
It's a
sure.
cheese plate.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. I can't even spell it, but it's like a cheese plate, and it's great. It's because they have like you can have like little cubes of cheese with like some grapes and some like turkey slices, or right now like I have these whole grain crackers that I'm obsessed with. I mean, you could make a cheese plate very healthy because you have fruit, dried nuts, like almonds, and they have a variety of things to choose from instead of like just one thing.
Uh-huh.
So it makes it fun, and they could like make their own little mini cracker sandwiches and fruit. So like almonds, walnuts, dried fruit, fresh fruit, strawberries. I mean, anything you could think of. Hummus, just throw it in there, and they'll eat it.
Great. Wow. That sounds like a great idea. And for our plant-based crowd out there, they can always do some of the vegan cheeses or, there's these great little Tree of Life cashew cheeses. So that's a great
Oh
idea.
yeah,
Mhm.
love those too.
Yeah.
Or you
Awesome.
don't even have to do cheese. Just because it's called a cheese plate doesn't mean you put cheese on it.
You're right, right.
No.
Yeah, kids love that little finger food and the dips and all that. Oh,
Hmm. A variety is key. Variety is
yes.
definitely key.
Right, because sometimes they're in a salty mood, other times they might be more for, that refreshing from fruit or something sweet.
And while they're like, doing homework, just like kind of just snacking on like little things instead of like, I don't know, a big meal, then they'll ruin dinner.
Right, right. Yeah, so easy to get into that whole snack mode where kids are snacking, snacking. Like my daughter will just like graze all day, and then when it comes time for dinner, she's not so hungry.
Uh,
So,
Well, I'm an Asian culture where like if they're awake, they're hungry. So my mom, when I was living with her, would constantly feed the girls. Like and not and it was very difficult for me because they were never hungry,
um,
and with the picky eater it was even harder. But she would literally sit there and peel grapes and pop them in their mouth, and like, oh, they're hungry, here's an apple, oh, here's a slice of cheese, here's some rice, all day
oh,
until they went to bed. And they were the chunkiest babies. They were
oh.
the chunkiest babies. I nursed them. I nursed them, and she made me nurse them 24/7. They had like chipmunk cheeks. And I thought I wasn't feeding them enough because she put it in my mind.
Uh,
So, yeah.
okay, yeah. So that whole like snacking and grazing thing is
It's not
something,
good. They should be
right?
hungry during dinner.
Yeah, 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 for sure. And how about dinners? Like, do you have any strategies of how you get dinner on the table, and like any tips to making that a kind of efficient, quick process?
Oh, okay. So like the number one thing that I think parents need is like time, right? I never have time to cook.
Right.
So I actually solved this in my cookbook
Oh,
that's coming out and in a few months. And I have a section in the cookbook for like slow cooker meals.
okay.
And what I do is prep like 5 or 6 meals in freezer bags. So it'll be like chicken curry with rice, it'll be beef stew, it'll be a vegan chili. I mean, a whole bunch of it. And like a lot of the ingredients are like reused within. So if you prep it in one day, it actually takes maybe 2.5 hours. But
Hmm.
like I mean, because like celery could go into a few of the few of the bags, and carrots could go in a few of the bags, onions, garlic, parsley. So you're like refurbishing some of the stuff, and you actually save money at the same time.
Oh, smart.
And and then I throw it in the freezer. And each night when you go to bed, just to put one in the refrigerator to defrost. In the morning when you go to work, put it in the slow cooker, set it. When you get home, your meal is done. Like you
Wow.
don't have to pick up fast food on the way home because you had a long day. It's or like throw something frozen, like unhealthy frozen in the oven because you didn't have time to cook. I mean, there it is. There's no excuse, right? That saves
Right.
time. And it only took you 2.5 hours on your Sunday or Saturday to do that.
Wow. So smart. Wow. What a great time saver.
And it saves money too.
Yeah, right. Okay. Because you're not
And
wasting
oh
ingredients.
my God, you're not like constantly cooking. So you save time washing dishes too.
Right. That doesn't hurt either. Oh my gosh. That's great. And I guess if someone even had a pressure cooker, they could use that alternatively. They could either,
Oh, that's even
yeah.
quicker.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
that's even quicker. And that's
Yeah.
up to anybody. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
love the slow cooker. I love the
Right.
idea of just setting it and forgetting it,
Yeah,
and
that's right.
walking into the house and having this smell of like delicious food when
Oh,
you come home.
So nice. And I bet you can kind of reuse leftover dinner then for like the girls' lunches the next day in a little thermos or something.
Yeah, oh, definitely. We always make more than just for dinner because you want the leftovers for the next day.
Right. Yeah. So speaking of lunches, how do you do, with the school lunch thing? I feel like I'm always every day I'm like, "Oh my gosh, what do I pack for lunch?" It just gets to be this.
It's a challenge for me too because I'm just starting. They're in first grade right now,
Aw.
so I'm trying to figure it out too. And honestly, the first couple months they were throwing away half their food, which was really irritating to me.
Oh, right.
Like food waste is just one of the things that's such a pet peeve for me. So what they would do is eat their crackers, eat the fruit, and throw away their sandwich
Oh
or something
no.
like that. So what I did was only pack the sandwich. And I
Oh.
said, if you guys don't eat your sandwich, then you don't get your snacks. And so every day the sandwich was gone, and I reintroduced their snacks back in because I told them like we don't throw away food, and we don't waste food in this house. And I sandwiches, I know they're boring, but I also do like crackers and cheese and nuts. Like I told you, they just
Mm-hmm.
tried a variety of yogurts are delicious to them. Yogurts are very easy. Well, one thing I like to do is like Vietnamese, like we do like a lot of stir fry noodles.
Ah, nice.
They love noodle, like guaranteed. If I put noodles in there to go, they'll eat it,
Yeah, right.
guaranteed. And
Mm-hmm.
one great noodle I recommend parents to buy is like buckwheat noodles and soba noodles because you can eat them cold. And
Nice.
they're like a little bit more softer in texture and it's a little bit healthier.
Oh, that's a great idea because I'm always wondering with the pasta and like I'll put pasta in one container and then with some, protein and veggies, and then I'll put like a thermos of maybe some miso soup and, have her like pour a little bit on there to heat it up. And I'm always like, okay, hot, cold, like is the pasta, especially the brown rice pasta sometimes gets a little stiff when it's cold. Like how do you do with like the hot, cold thing? Do you...
Oh, I don't even do any hot cocoa because they're six. I
Yeah.
mean, any extra work they're not gonna do.
Right, right.
So, I mean, like when they're older, yeah, I'll definitely do that more. But it has to be cold food, right? For
Okay.
now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why I like the soba noodles because they can eat it cold. There's Korean glass noodles. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh, yeah.
It's yam noodles. It's made
Oh,
of 100% yams, so you could make that, and they
nice.
could be eaten cold. But I like noodles. Like the girls like noodles.
That's great. So you put like a little some kind of sauce on them to make them like
Yeah,
stay soft and flavorful and.
yeah, just a little like soy sauce
Mhm.
and ginger and garlic. I mean, I'm lucky that the girls like garlic and
Yeah,
ginger.
that's great.
Well,
Wow.
they're Asian. They kind of grew up with that.
That's
You know,
great.
rice balls. I used to do little brown rice balls.
Oh yeah, right. With the
You know,
nori.
just yeah, they love nori.
Yeah,
So
right.
brown rice balls, a little like nori. I mean that's pretty fun for them.
That's great. And so tell us a little bit more about your cookbook. I'm so excited to hear that your cookbook's coming out. I'd love to hear, maybe share with our listeners who might not be familiar with your first one and this other cookbook that's
Uh,
coming out. I'd love to hear.
so the first one I did was called My Daily Diet, and it was when I first started like Instagram and this whole social media thing, and it took off. I'm very surprised because we sold it for $40 and people bought it, and I was like, wow, I wouldn't buy a book for $40, but good for you. But they really took to it and they loved the recipes, and there was a 30-day meal plan in there as well. So you use the recipes to help you lose weight and keep track of calories. I mean, all the recipes had the calorie breakdown for them to keep track. The new book is very different from that one because it's family cooking. It's a family cookbook.
I love it.
So it's definitely, like I said, with the whole crock pot thing, and it's going to be, I think, close to 80 recipes right now.
Wow.
But I took a little, um, what I did with the recipes this time was took foods that we love, like families love, and I just try to make it healthier. Like spaghetti, like I said, it's like I even made a great vegan fettuccine with coconut cream
Ooh.
and roasted garlic, and I just blended it, and it just turned out like so amazing. My husband didn't even know was like a vegan sauce. He just thought it
Oh,
was regular fettuccine sauce,
nice.
um, like turkey meatballs. And of course, I incorporate a lot of kale, quinoa, all the superfoods that we
Yes,
have.
yeah.
Um, and then there's a lot of tips and tricks in the book for parents and for us to know what to shop for. One of the big tips in the book is about bulk bin items. I don't know if you shop at the bulk bins.
I do. I love bulk bins.
I do because you could buy quinoa for like a third of the price because you're not paying the advertising fees, you're not paying the packaging, the marketing. You're just paying for the product and the shipping, whatever the cost of them and
Right.
whatever. Um, so the excuse when people say healthy eating is expensive, it really isn't. It's just the way that we shop. We have to shop smarter about it. And like I said, prepping the meals of the crock pot meals, you save money that way. Shopping the bulk bins for your rice, pasta, almonds. I even found goji berries, which
Oh,
is
wow.
I mean, goji berries are very hard to find. They're very expensive, but like if you buy them in bulk, it's actually not that expensive. Flaxseed, chia seeds, anything you could think of is in those bulk bin items. Um, but that's like pretty much the cookbook right now. We don't have a title. We think it's gonna could be called My Healthy Dish.
Okay.
What we are hoping.
Uh-huh.
Uh, but yeah, it's my very excited about actually having a physical, tangible book that my followers could actually pick up and hold and
Ooh.
flip through.
Oh, that's great because was your first book not a physical book? It was a
No, it was ebook.
okay,
It was
okay.
just an ebook. So this is
Okay.
my first tangible thing that's going to be out there. So
Ooh,
we're very excited.
that is exciting. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see it. Wow. And
Yeah.
so when you talk about getting bulk, and that's a good point about saving money on the groceries, and I think it's great that now you don't have to necessarily go to a health food store. You can actually find a lot of these things, places like ShopRite, regular grocery stores, and I think you've mentioned either on your blog or I've seen somewhere something about Costco. Like sometimes you can get like, all
Yeah,
right,
buying in bulk is always great. It costs
right.
Costco is like my favorite place to live. I always joke that if like The Walking Dead was really gonna happen, I would just barricade myself in Costco. They have concrete walls, beds, sofas, food, water. I mean, everything you could think of
Yeah, right.
is in Costco. Yeah. But like another trick I think for parents to like for fresh fruit, fresh vegetables is to shop at the farmer's market.
Yes.
And not only does it taste better, but it takes literally 14 days from when the farmers pick it to where your fruit and vegetable produce actually hits the grocery store. That's 14 days of driving and I don't know, exposure. And how fresh is that food? And once you get it home, how long will it last? You shop at the farmer's market, you're actually getting cheaper costs, but your food lasts longer
Yeah, good
and it
point.
tastes better. And
Yeah.
you're supporting your local farmers.
Yeah, so it's a win-win all around. You're right.
And if you come late in the day, they're really pushing trying to get their fruit and vegetables away, so they'll cut their costs by like half.
Aha, good little tip. Okay.
Not that I said do take advantage of these farmers,
But FYI.
but like if you really are tight for cash and you really you need it, then I would come like 20 minutes before closing, and it literally is one third the cost. It's
Oh,
happened before many many times.
wow, good to know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and then
Don't
there's
tell them that because then everybody gets mad at me.
right. And then of course there's like CSAs, people can take advantage of those too.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
great. Yeah, and for those who can garden, I guess that's always an option too,
But that's just time. Who
but
does
yeah,
that?
that's true, right?
I have twin girls. I don't have time to grow my own food.
Right,
Not
right.
right now.
Hey, you're doing a lot of important stuff there. So, how about
Yeah.
desserts? Let's talk about like sweets. I don't know, do your girls like sweet foods, little desserts and things?
Well, they're just like their mom. They love sweets. I have such a horrible sweet tooth.
Uh-huh.
Uh, but like I allow cookies. I allow ice cream. You know, um, but it's in moderation. But we also do have healthy alternatives for sweets right now. So we do popsicles,
Ah.
and There's this yogurt that we're obsessed with. It's called Noosa, and it was actually I discovered it by doing a marketing campaign with them a few months back, and it's Noosa yogurt. It's really high quality ingredients, but it's a lot of fat content, so the yogurt is very creamy. It's almost like an ice cream if you freeze it. So what I do right now is just take their vanilla flavor and take their favorite fruit, and I'll blend it and make ice cream or popsicles out of it, and they love it. It tastes like ice cream. Literally tastes like ice cream. Strawberries with the vanilla is like their favorite thing right now. We even say it's like milkshakes because we'll add milk and banana and strawberries, and it tastes like literally and some ice, literally like a real milkshake without the ice cream stuff. But
Wow.
the yogurt, delicious. Another brand I recommend for parents is Perfect Food Bar. I don't know if you heard of Perfect Food Bar.
I don't know if I've heard of them.
They're San Diego based. They're bars. They're bars, but like, I don't ever eat bars. But they're 100% organic, sweetened with only honey and dates, and it's like 20 fruits and vegetables, but it's
Wow.
like peanut based, almond based, and there's a mini one that's an almond butter cookie, but it's not a cookie. It's just an almond butter bar for minis for kids. It
Oh.
tastes like a cookie, but it's just almond based. It's delicious and it's sweetened with honey, and that's what like we do to satisfy our sweet tooth sometimes.
Oh.
And of course, the occasional like chocolate chip cookie and ice cream.
Right.
We do that too. We do that
Right,
too.
right. That's great. And so, again, for our viewers out there who might be vegan, could they make a vegan version of those popsicles with like coconut yogurt or something?
Oh
With,
yeah,
yeah.
so if you have an ice cream maker, but you don't need one, but like if you want the creamy texture, full fat coconut cream is amazing to blend with maple syrup. Maple
Mm.
syrup has a lot of health benefits, and they're still discovering more. I've done that before with like coconut cream, um, vanilla, like fresh vanilla, and maple syrup, and you just blend that, and it's delicious. I honestly, you can make popsicles out of it, but you could
Mm.
also make ice cream out of it. If you had like an ice cream maker, it'll come out creamier.
Ooh.
And there's also cashew. They're soaking cashews right now and making ice cream out of it. You soak it overnight. It's softer. You blend it with some like a frozen banana, and that turns into ice cream too. But if you just want to see more recipes that I post every day, go on to myhealthydish.com and find me on social media. That's where I post everything about my life, not just recipes. It's my healthy dish. My everything's my healthy dish. So you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Um, but yeah, please remember to pick up the book My Healthy Dish in a couple months in April, and order it on Amazon and give me a great review or an honest great review.
Ah. Won't be hard to do, I'm sure. I can't wait for everybody to check out your information and your page, and they're going to be so inspired.
Great. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, Mai. Have a great day. Okay,
Bye.
bye.